Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, October 4th, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I harmonize to heal and allow. And today we've got some really interesting aspects, and when I pulled cards to go along with this, I was like, wow, this is really just a really interesting little connection that we got here. So we have the sun today connecting to Saturn at 11 degrees, that master level degree, that healing energy that 11 energy brings. And you know, with this, what I'm getting is that we're healing those. We've been working through this with Saturn in Sagittarius, but we've been healing and working through our old belief systems, our old truth energies, and healing what was, like where we have been, in order to allow ourselves into that energy of the highest potential, into allowing ourselves into that energy, that 11 degree energy of the wholeness or holiness of this moment, of your inner divine harmony with yourself, with your energies, with your internal energies. So we have that beautiful aspect starting the day. Now, I have to say, with this aspect on a practical level, I think this may be one of those mornings where you could potentially wake up and be like, oh, I have work to do. I got stuff to do. I want to get this stuff done. What I want you to be aware of is, are you honoring your new paradigm, where you are at from what you've learned through this last year? Or are you falling into like the old shoulds, the old perfectionist energies, the old, this is how it looks good in, to society, to the world, and so this is how I'm going to do it, even though it doesn't honor myself, my harmony, my path, my process. So really be aware of that as you set off in the to-do energy that can be brought about by that Sun-Saturn connection. We then have the moon connecting to Chiron. Again, a healing level energy, and it's another master number. We have that happening at 22 degrees. So that degree of sifting out the old, releasing those old energies so that you can be present in the moment, in your now. And this, is really interesting because the moon in Scorpio is showing us some of this old stuff. So there's, the potential for all these old patterns to come to the surface, but there's so much healing available for you in today's energy if you allow it for yourself. The final connection, no, not the final connection, the final main connection, I have a few more going on that we're going to look at, is the moon connecting to Scorpio. Sorry, the moon is in Scorpio. The moon connecting to Mercury. Mercury, 26 degrees in Virgo. It's finishing up this Virgo process. We're almost out of the shadow. We leave Mercury shadow this week. Woo! Now, this is so interesting because the moon in Scorpio, again, is like diving into the depths. And Mercury in Virgo takes us into the energy of reality. And so we have made reality like all of these things that we think. And this aspect, this thing is asking us, this connection is asking us, can you show up for yourself? Instead of showing up for all those things, all those mind talks outside yourself, all the shoulds that come up outside yourself, and all of the potential shadows that you may be looking at, we'll look at this in a second, can you show up for yourself in the now with what is true to you, with what is in harmony with you? And this is where that allowing comes in. The sun is going to shift from 11 to 12 degrees, and that 12 degrees is that degree of expansion. But what I really feel with that expansion is sometimes that expansion happens just simply through the aspect of allowing. Now we're building into some interesting connections. We're building into Venus connecting to Pluto tomorrow and Mars connecting to Jupiter tomorrow. And Venus and Mars can represent like the balance of the masculine and feminine energies, archetypes within us. And so both of these energies are kind of in this mix, mingling, sorting out kind of stage, helping us find what our correct balance is for our highest purpose for ourselves at this time. We also have, which I love this and find this so fascinating, we have Lilith connecting to Juno still, and this is squaring Pallas. And this is also working with like the masculine, feminine archetypes on this planet and how we have shown up. And for so long, it has been this patriarchal kind of society where we have done things in this very orderly, this is how we do things kind of way. And this energy, this Lilith energy, Lilith connecting to Juno and Scorpio is like, you've got to like break away from that old pattern, what is true to you, and then come into union in your own masculine, feminine self. That's at Juno. Juno represents marriage. And I think the ultimate marriage, again, is your own internal energy. Can you unite within yourself? And then squaring Pallas, which can represent daddy issues. It can represent issues with society. It can represent patriarchal. That's the thing I see the most with the Pallas energy. So it's squaring that. When we come into union, when we allow our feminine, that Lilith energy, to be birthed within us, we can then really unite and move against, or not move against, because it's never about fighting it, which is what changes things. It's just, it's not about the fighting. It's never about the fighting. So it's not about that resistance, but it's about not letting the resistance stop us anymore, rather than fighting against it. Because it's not the fight. It's just the growth, the expansion, the allowing of the feminine within ourselves. But this is going to take some work. I've got the miser, I've got clinging to the past, I've got suppression, and I've got laziness, which are all keeping us in the state of the outsider, holding us outside of, walking into the sunset, walking into that energy that we want. We ourselves are holding ourselves back in this energy, and we've been really complacent. That's what I'm getting from this laziness card. We've been so complacent in this because it's been safe, and the world's now showing us this complacency is not safe anymore. And so we have to look within ourselves. Where are we afraid? Where are we clinging to the past because we are afraid? Where are we suppressing this energy because we are afraid? Because you're withholding your jewels, withholding your light from the world. The world really wants you to step through that gate. Now, what I have from the Keepers of the Light and the other card I love so much, I have the Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. We're moving beyond the illusions that fear have created. Fear has created the illusion that it's not safe to bring forth your feminine energy on this planet, whether you're male or female. While suffering comes to an end, call on Master Buddha now to help you remember you're a part of something that is greater than suffering. The wheel of karma is turning in your favor, and all your acts of kindness and goodness are benefiting you. So Master Buddha is helping us through our increased awareness of where we ourselves are holding back. And then, I love this card too. And I just threw it. Hold on. Sorry. The Abundance card. And if you could wish for anything, what would you be? What would you love to be, have, and do? Relax and bring this into your awareness. Keep this vision alive in your heart, nurture it until it manifests into your physical reality. And then imagine yourself surrounded by love and light as you declare the following, and I love this part. From now on, I plant seeds of love through my every thought, word, and action. All that I would love to be, have, or do already exists inside of me and will manifest at the most perfect time. An aura of light surrounds me. My heart is an endlessly flowing stream of liquid gold. I am blessed. So bring this. This is part of that feminine energy that we have to bring forward. Part of it is getting beyond the old paradigms that the mind is still convincing us that we have to follow. So that's it for today. Book a reading if you would like to dive in deeper into your chart, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.